Let me start by thanking God Almighty for a day like this. And when you have an occasion like this, it gives you hope about this country, no matter what situation we may be in. The Vice President, you remember when they were mentioning those who will speak, I was not mentioned. And you said, why should I not be mentioned? I said, look, there are those who will speak better than I can speak, including yourself. And you have seen it. His Eminence spoke a little bit like a military man and a little bit like His Eminence. All those who have spoken, I believe, as they should speak. Your Excellency, Governor Bauchi, Your Excellency, Governor Bruno, Your Excellency, First Lady of Bauchi, I thank His Eminence, recognizing you specially. My brother, and when we were together, we walked like two brothers. Alhaji Ayali, thank you very much for your keynote address. I just want to take 3 or 4 points that I want to make. One, investment. Without investment, you cannot develop. We cannot develop. And investment summit like this must bring everybody together. And you call it partnership. I have said there are 5 P's that must go together for us to make progress. The first P is politics, governance. That P must be right. If governance is not right, then all other things will go wrong. The second P is people. We must take care of people. Living, governing, everything is all about the people. Another P is protection, security. And His Eminence mentioned that. Peace, security, stability, predictability. Nobody will come and invest when he cannot be sure that if he brings in 100, he will be able to get 120. And 10 out of that 120, he can repatriate and leave 110 to continue. Investors are hard headed calculators. And don't underrate them. Another P is partnership. And you said that, you put that. And Alhaji Ayali mentioned that. Partnership at the local level. Partnership at the community level. Partnership at the state level. Partnership at the national level. Partnership with the private sector and the public sector. Partnership, the private sector, the public sector, the civil society. His Eminence is not here only because it's His Eminence. It's also the head of our religious group. We need partnership with the religious groups, the private sector, and then partnership between the states, partnership between Nigeria and her neighbors, partnership between Nigeria and the international community. But let me then say, if all these 5 P's are well taken care of, then there's the issue of leadership, which is leadership at all levels. And Governor Bala, that's where I doff my heart for you. And leadership is not a picnic. There are times that you have to step on toes. But it must be without malice. It must be righteous stepping on toes. Let me give 3 examples. I was worried about the situation of cement in Nigeria. And I woke up at 4 a.m. I couldn't sleep. Then I waited till 5 a.m. I phoned Aliko Dangote. Aliko was in Lagos, I was in Abuja. And I woke him up. I said, Aliko, what are you doing? He said, what should a gentleman be doing at 5 a.m.? He should be sleeping. I said, well, I have no apologies for waking you up. Can you see me at 7 a.m.? He said, Mr. President, it's bad enough that you wake me up at 5 a.m. But for me to see you at 7 a.m. when I'm in Lagos and you are in Abuja, and the first flight is 7 a.m., it is impossible. I said, what time can you see me? He said, 9 a.m. And he came at 9 a.m. When he came, simple question. I said, Aliko, why are you importing cement and not producing cement? And he said to me, do you want an honest answer? I said, if I call you here, I want an honest answer. That's why I've called you. He said, because it's more profitable for me to import cement and sell than for me to produce cement. which is an honest answer. Then I asked him the second question. I said, what can I do to make you produce cement? He said again, you want an honest answer? I said, yes. He said, make it as profitable for me to produce cement as it is profitable for me to import cement and sell. Again, I haven't got where I was going, or he was leading me. I said, how do I do that? He said, tie my importation of cement with my production of cement. My head got it. I said, you can go. I called my Minister for Industry, who also came from the private sector. I said, look, I've had this discussion with Aliko. Come and go and work it out. So Aliko then planned to produce 5 million tons of cement a year. Since we started producing cement in 1956 up to 2003, we've never produced 5 million tons. So when Aliko made that, the people in the ministry said, he's telling a lie. He wants to, he's making it up. I said, all right, let's see how his lie will work. So I put 2 people in Aliko's construction site, and they are reporting to me every day. The day Aliko, the contractor, did not work, they will phone and tell me, and I will immediately phone Aliko. So one day Aliko came to me and said, Mr. President, I'm getting worried about you. I said, what have I done? He said, you know about this cement project more than myself, and it is not a government project. I'm getting worried about you. I say, hey, my brother Aliko, this is a Nigerian project. So anything Nigeria is a government project. Not only did Aliko succeed in the first 5 million, he succeeded in the second 5 million. He succeeded in the third 5 million. I started taking him out to other countries in Nigeria, in Africa. I took him to Tanzania. I took him to Senegal. That's how Aliko made it. Partnership between the private and the public. Partnership between leadership at every level. Let me tell you another one that is not Nigeria. Vietnam. Vietnam never produced coffee. They never. Then they decided to produce coffee. And within 6 years, Vietnam became the second largest producer of coffee in the world, second only to Brazil. So it can be done. When I started, after my retirement, and His Eminence said, I'm getting old. Your Eminence, you cannot jump up. I I then started a program. I think I've visited a few. This was before COVID. We started a program we call Zero Hunger. Zero Hunger is one of the items on Sustainable Development Goal. And we started going to the state and we say, look, whatever you do, take 2 or 3 items of agriculture and focus on it. You are not discouraging people in the others, and make it. Governor, here, I believe you can focus on rice. And I see that that is already going on. You can focus on tourism. We should do everything for that. So that you become, if not the leading state, you are one of the leading states in rice production. You are one of the leading states, if not the leading state, in tourism. It can be done. And take one livestock and also make that 3, but not more than 4 items. And what remains of your time, 2 years, you can still make significant progress in that area. Now, if we get it right, and there's no reason why we shouldn't get it right, the last point I want to make, the money to develop Africa is out, in, and out. But the money to develop Africa is available. What may not be easily available is the making or creating the conditions that will make that money come in, stay in, and perform what we want it to perform. We have to create conducive environment for that money to be mobilized locally and for the money outside to come in and stay in and do what it needs to be done. You have started. Never you get tired. Make yourself a model for others to follow. Thank you.
Thank you.